Good evening. Today, I'd like to speak to you about a very serious topic. His name is Korvold, Fae-Cursed King. He's a legendary creature, dragon, noble dragon, cursed by the Fae, cast out by his fellow dragons. Alright, so, as you guys know, I enjoy checking out deck lists that are submitted in our Discord server and posting some content about it, and obviously giving credit where credit's due. Bravo 91J submitted this deck list to me in the deck submission channel in the Discord server. So special shout out to him. I'm gonna have his social media links down below. If any of you guys have some deck lists you would like to see a video showcased on, by all means post it in there. Make sure you post your social media links as well, so that way we can give you shout outs, and I very much appreciate it. Diving kind of straight into it, we did make a couple tweaks there. He asked me to make tweaks if I saw any that could be made. So this isn't necessarily the OG list, but this is majority of it. A couple changes that we made was he had the, what's it called? We had the Midnight Reaper in there, which I actually replaced with Stormfist Crusader. Midnight Reaper is good, and I see the value in it as far as getting a little bit more card draw, particularly pairing with things like Chandra, your cat generation and whatnot. But Stormfist being just 2 mana and adding that menace with 2/2, as well as guaranteed card draw, starting from going into turn 3 and plus. Just Stormfist Crusader just so strong. I'm not saying the Reapers is any less value. It's just this one felt like it fit just a little bit better in this as far as synergy goes. Some things that we did note that we kept in, just more so to see how it kind of played out, was like Revenge of Ravens. I'm not really a big fan of this card. A lot of times it kind of dies around turn 4 when you're just trying to play it. But it is extremely beneficial whenever you're going against decks that open up wide, like flyers, like blue-white flyers, mono-red aggro. If it does go into mid to late game, yeah, it helps. There's a couple formats, and in fact, this video we showcase a cool victory with it. If anything, I kind of see it being a little bit more on the sideboard side. Moldervine actually works really well. It feels really slow, but once it's out, it really pairs extremely well with Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven, as well as Chandra's and pretty much all the procs here. So getting it out feels a little bit clunky, but once it is on the battlefield, it feels nice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go straight into it. We kind of explain as we go along as well. And yes, in case some of you are wondering, it does look a lot like the Aristocats deck that we've been playing quite a bit of recently. It does kind of lean more into that category. However, it really feeds more top end into the Korvold side of it. So once you get to more late game, you're not heavily reliant on those like Mayhem Devil triggers, those Priest triggers. You kind of slowly start making your way toward getting Korvold out and getting the sacrifice opportunities for him to be able to beef up and swing out. One of the biggest things with Korvold, though, that is kind of unfortunate, is probably why we don't see him played a whole lot, is because he is easily removed. Point removal, spot removal can kill him. Not a whole lot of ways to protect him necessarily in this deck, other than things like you can protect him against things like Wicked Wolf and whatnot, where you can sacrifice permanents and kind of beef him up. But just straight Murderous Riders, stuff like that, kind of take care of him. That's why we run 3 in the deck. Originally he had 4. But I trimmed it down to 3 just so that way we can kind of get our opening curve and setting him up a little bit easier. This particular matchup we're going against goes a little bit more wide, and one of the reasons why I actually showcasing this matchup in this video is because we really see Revenge of Ravens kind of set off. Any type of deck you come across where they start getting a lot of creatures out really fast and start trying to aggro you, that's where that card kind of really shines. So we get our Mayhem Devil out. We have 2 Witches Ovens online. We have the 2 claims, which we could take care of these like the Scorpion and the Gruul Stringer with him, but we're a little bit. I think what we kind of focus a little bit more on is maybe the Gruul Stringer once it becomes more of a problem. Otherwise, Mayhem Devil should be able to just kind of clear those out. We do go into a Stormfist Crusader. We can go ahead and soak a little bit more damage, get our Revenge of the Ravens out now, so we can start gaining life whenever he attacks. So right now we're looking at about 2 life lost after the life gain from the Ravens. He is going to go ahead and kill my Mayhem Devil, so in response I'm going to go ahead and sack it with the Witch's Oven. That should proc Mayhem Devil, so that way we can at least take out one of his creatures with it. Otherwise, if we didn't, then he would have just killed our Mayhem Devil and we wouldn't have gotten any value out of him. So at the very least, we're getting rid of a 1/1 Death Touch. Not the hugest thing, but we get something out of it, kind of a creature trade there. Especially with that particular card he just played. Mayhem Devil wouldn't have killed the Stinger. It just deals damage straight to him. So we do get our Moldervine out. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana for it yet. So we're going to go ahead and try and trim the amount of damage we're going to be soaking by taking his Stringer, swinging it with it at him, and then go ahead and cook it in our oven. Produce some food. It's also going to kind of help us keep us in the game a little bit longer, especially if he's going to be doing this wide attack scheme that he's doing, especially with Varashka's Swarm Eminence coming out. I don't even know if I said it right, but I feel like I should have. And then he's going to get that scry ability every time he gets a creature out, which she procs herself. So that's pretty nice for him. Every one of these Death Touch creatures is going to get a 1/1 token anytime it does damage to me. I believe it also does damage to Planeswalkers too, but we don't have any out at the moment, so that's not too big of a deal. So we get our Knight of Ebon Legion out. We're going to go ahead and try and trade creatures here and essentially board wipe, forcing him to get his Varashka down to 1. Thinking about doing a Claim the Firstborn or a Stormfist would be nice. I can kind of see it being removed. So I think we're going to try and force him to trade creatures. If not, we go ahead and take his Varashka. So he's kind of left with a decision. And then we also get a creature on the board with Knight of Ebon Legion. So I think that's the move that we made there. Instead of cooking this creature, we go ahead and let him take it out. So that way it's not going to start accruing counters on it. And it goes ahead and clears 2 of his creatures at once. We get our Knight out. And go ahead and pass turn. And then, yep, there he goes. Pumps out another 1/1 black assassin creature token. Season of Growth is going to go ahead and give him that scry ability. And he gets another Stinger out. So it's Stinger, not Stringer. I don't know why I kept reading it that way. Maybe from here it looks like, okay. So Season of Growth is actually really setting off for him. It was a great early play. And we can actually get our Moldervine Reclamation out, which is really nice for us. Anytime a creature we control dies, we gain a life and we get card draw. So and against this like Gruul matchup, I don't believe there's very much enchantment removal. So having those both out is pretty nice for us. What I think we do here is we go ahead and cook our Ebon Legion, our Knight. So that way we can at least get a food token. We're going to gain a life, as well as we're going to draw a card. So it's going to kind of help mana fix us a little bit. Unfortunately, we do go into another Revenge of the Ravens. At our first thought, we're like, oh, we need some firepower to help clear this board and kind of manage what's going on right now. But we're going to go ahead and play it out because we can go ahead and actually do both. We get Stormfist Crusader out as well as our Revenge. So that way every time he attacks, we're going to go ahead and gain 2. And yeah, our Stormfist kind of turns into cannon fodder at that point by just blocking. If it doesn't die like how it is here. So we're going to go ahead and I believe we cook him. We should cook him here. So that way we can get a food token. We don't have the mana to necessarily play on it, but we could stay alive a little bit longer with having 6 mana online, making 3 food tokens. That's 3, 6, 9 life if we needed it. Absolutely. We do draw into another Stormfist, so that's kind of helpful. There we go. We gain 2. So ultimately, we're only taking 2 per swing on this Stinger. We get a Gilded Goose, which is actually very beneficial for us. A little bit more cannon fodder to be able to help chump block. As well as our Stormfist Crusader, which can actually help us card draw. Yes, we get pinged for the life. However, we're also getting more cards in hand, and that's what we need right now. Especially if we can draw into like a Korvold or something where we can start sacrificing food tokens or whatever. Because he's really starting to go wide with these Death Touch creatures. And this is actually kind of a deck that the deck we're playing against right now is something I kind of want to tweeze and make work, because I've been wanting to do a Death Touch deck ever since that Varashka came out. So it's kind of cool to see how someone did it. We go ahead and eat one of our foods just because we're going to need the life at the moment. There's our card draw. Now this is really what's going to set us off. This right here is what really sets off Moldervine. Kind of helps fix our hand. Yes, we spend one on the cat, but we really need to fix our hand right now. Excuse me, we get our other cat out. We bring him back out so that we can sack him again, kill him again, and set off Reclamation to really kind of fix what we have and what we're currently holding. So that actually helps us a ton, because Chandra then pumps out 2 guys that are going to get sacrificed at the end of the turn. We're going to get our mana out. I like getting Fabled mid-game, mid to late game like this too, because then it kind of sets up what you need. You don't need to pop it now. Yes, it's good to help thin the deck, to help increase your likelihood of not drawing into mana. But at the same time, it's also kind of nice in case you do draw into that Mayhem Devil. We can go ahead and ping things like the Scorpion or his 1/1 Assassin and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and swing with both of these to make it look like maybe we have something in our hand. If he lets his Varashka die, then great. If not, then either way they die and we get 2 cards being drawn, in addition to the plethora of cards we had from our upkeep as well as from the cats. So we lose 2 creatures there. We draw 2 more cards. We go ahead and get another cat out, which acts as another chump blocker. We have plenty of food. We can keep bringing them out too. So this is actually kind of shaping up nicely. And I know the video and the deck is mainly built around Korvold, but as you can kind of see these pieces kind of synergizing and working together, how they are to kind of fix our hand, fix our situation. That's why I really wanted to showcase this particular matchup. Korvold we do draw into. However, this right here is where those Ravens shine. Against decks that go wide and swing wide, boom. All those revenge triggers. That ends up killing him. We got our Korvold. We didn't even get to kill him with it, because the Revenge of the Ravens did it. Anyway, go ahead and step back into the office, guys. I truly appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, Bravo91J. I'm going to have his information down below. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitch, Twitter. If you have a deck that you would like me to tweeze, or if you want me to just straight play it exactly how you built it, by all means post in the Discord server, which I'm going to have down below in the description. Here are my social medias. At Kevin Raisins is my Twitter. Live, twitch.tv/Scottoria. I also live stream to the US Army Esports channel. US Army Esports is a Twitch link. USAE_Scottoria is my Instagram. Show me some love there. I'm new to Instagram, so kind of bear with me. I'm still learning what's fun to take pictures of and all that stuff. I'm not really a pictures guy. And then discord.gg/thekillsquad, all one word, is where you can submit your deck lists. And like I said, post your social medias in there if you have any special instructions for them. Or if it's like a cool, creative, janky deck, then let me know a little bit more about the win cons and how you want me to set it up. And then if you are interested in being a part of the U.S. Army's esports program, we compete in all the major game titles, MTG of course, League of Legends, CSGO, whatnot. Discord.gg/US Army Esports. That's also going to be down below in the Discord, in the YouTube description. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you again very soon.